Trump has been insider trading.
I'm gonna lose my job.
He won't lose his job, but if any of us did what he did, we would. In Q1 of this year, Trump made over 3,000 stock trades worth up to $750 million. The main stocks he purchased were Palantir, their surveillance company ran by nerd Jon Snow. Where after buying the stock, he truthed an announcement that he likes the company even with the stock ticker, which sounds illegal to pump a stock you just bought, but you're wrong. No one's on Truth Social, so it didn't count.
Got him!
Another company is Boeing, the company that has people disappear more than their own airplanes, which is not a good stat. And the investment came just before Boeing struck a deal in China.
China.
And of course, Tesla, where the salesman-in-chief did a infomercial for the car brand on the White House lawn. And it worked.
This is a different panel than I've had. Everything's computer.
No, seriously, he got Republicans to drive air fryers on wheels. That's kind of impressive. He also had a few of these CEOs of the companies he invested into on his flight to Beijing recently, like NVIDIA CEO, which he bought before allowing the sale of chips to China. Now, going to China isn't that odd as a president, but you're probably asking, why fly CEOs out as well? And it's simple. So these CEOs can see how they can actually get cheap labor, and it's not the first time US politicians flew to see kids. Now all this sounds bad, so don't worry, people in Trump's camp have set the record straight.
Okay, number one, the president doesn't sit at the Oval Office on his computer on his Robinhood account buying and selling stocks. That's absurd. He has independent wealth advisors who manage his money. He is a wealthy person. He has had success in business. He's not making these stock trades himself.
Then why is he doing it, Mr. Eyeliner? Also, why does your face chronically look like you just heard a toddler say that you look fat? The excuse is that Trump didn't make the trades himself. El Chapo didn't smuggle Colombian Bam Bam across the border, but he's still guilty of it. Same with Maduro, the dude we spent billions on just to get a photo of him in Nike Tech like he's Drake back in 2020. And it turns out that Trump bought more stock than all the criminals in Congress combined for an entire year. Congress is known for three things: weird scandals, insider trading, and being on the Epstein list. I guess that's actually two things, but I was never really good at math. Nancy Pelosi, the greatest stock trader of all time, couldn't even compete, and the IRS can now no longer go after Trump for any of his financial situations, including his son's, who's quite literally the only person on earth who looked uglier when he was younger. The president is basically now an influencer. He rises to fame, commits some sort of rug pull, and all that's left is some merch that doesn't really work.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Semi-Daily Night Show with Gary TV, your host, Gary.
Tonight's ceremonial first pitch, and please welcome the President of the United States.
We did it, sir.
just making sure you're paying attention.
Welcome to the Semi-Daily Night Show. I'm your host, Gary. If you find yourself laughing at any point, please subscribe. And if any of these jokes piss you off, I don't care, still subscribe. I just want that number to go up. Trump just passed a bunch of evil laws. President Trump is now allowing the use of cyanide bombs against animals in the wild. That isn't even a joke. He's literally Mr. Burns at this point. The devices are rigged with bait, and the goal is to eliminate predators. Holy shit, we may have just gave those Catch a Predator streamers an idea. This isn't going to end good. And the next evil thing he's done is delay and roll back the limits of PFAs allowed in our drinking water, and will allow those 4 PFAs in our water. Wait, Gen X? Boomers ruin our drinking water even. These are forever chemicals. It's the reason carnivore bros upload photos of their boring ass lunch on a cutting board every day. It's found in plastics mainly, and the Biden administration put limits on these for what is allowed in our drinking water. But according to Trump, clean drinking water is...
It feels a little fake and gay.
Speaking of chemicals, and no, not the stuff he uses to achieve that orange magenta that doesn't even spread across those wrinkles, but pesticides. Atrazine. Why do all these chemicals just sound evil? Trump has authorized the continued use of the pesticide to be sprayed. Now this chemical is banned in 60 countries, but this is America. We're always number one, just in poison sprayed on our food. Fuck, maybe that stuff isn't a tan, it's just a pesticide glow. Elon Musk, the man who lacks both the ability to walk normally and be a father, has more baby mama drama. Ashley St. Clair revealed texts where Elon said he unleashed his anomaly in the Matrix, which sounds like an AI title for a show.
Elon tells me that he is ready to release his, in his words, anomaly in the Matrix. And I am like, oh, like, who's that? And he says that he has 10,000 lasers in space, referring to his satellites. He keeps going and he says, you know, this is not a piece that they'll see on the chessboard. And I straight up tell him, I say, I would ask more, but I really don't want to be deposed. To which he says, very wise. All of this other stuff, and he's sending me some internal data from America PAC, real-time Delta vote metrics. And I am just like, how the fuck do you have this sort of data? You don't get this from door knocking. Then to have arguably the most powerful man in the world who is sending me things about, you know, using his space technology in the election.
We're doing makeup get ready with me's to talk about secret space laser technology? What the is going on? That is Ashley St. Clair, Elon's probably 13th baby mama. He collects baby mama like those weird dudes who are in their 30s that try to tell you collecting Pokemon cards is a good investment while living in their parents. I just hate grown men that play card games. That had nothing to do with this story, but those people. Now, she's only famous for having a child with Elon, but she reveals that Elon may have used satellite technology to do something with Trump's election win. At one point in the text, she even says she won't ask more questions so she isn't deposed, meaning she didn't want to know in case a deposition came of this. So either he was flirting horribly and pretending to be some weird bad boy, or he was partially admitting that he altered something on election night. And after all that, Elon has basically said he won the election for Trump when they were fighting. But I don't know if that's true because he underestimates how many boomers watch Fox News every night and argue with bots on Facebook every day, so it could have happened organically. Either way, this sucks. Not that the richest man on earth could swing elections, but that the richest man on earth who could swing elections builds an AI that creates shit like that.